Hey YouTube, Dead Last Jack back with another video, and today I want to discuss the term that I've been seeing on Facebook groups and I've been hearing on YouTube, and it's a term that I don't totally understand, and maybe somebody can enlighten me in the comments or give me some other viewpoints or opinions that may change my mind, because the term that I'm talking about is junk slab era. And we all know what the junk wax era was. It was the late 80s and early 90s where they printed too many cards. But the junk slab era, the way I understand it anyway, is because there are too many cards on the market graded. And the part of that I do not understand is well, first of all, let's look at some numbers. Here on eBay, I got this right here, 835, almost 836,000 results on for PSA on eBay. And I only did PSA because that's the biggest. Obviously, you got Beckett, you got SGC, you got some smaller companies and some newer companies. So this is just one grading company, but it's the most popular and probably highest population by far company. So we're using it as an example. Now, obviously, this is just on eBay, so it doesn't take in account any other sites like StarStock or My Slabs, or maybe something on COMC that isn't listed on eBay currently, or stuff that people have in their collections that isn't listed, or stuff that's listed in Facebook groups that isn't listed anywhere else. And I'm sure there's some other sites that you can buy from that's not on here, but I'm just going to use eBay because it's the most common and probably most used. So 836,000 results for PSA. Now, obviously, I guess eBay is cracking down on listing details, so this may not be as big as it was, but we all know that some people do list cards as PSA that may not be graded at all, or may be graded by lesser companies. And that would also skew this number a little bit. But my point here isn't about that. My point is I don't understand why anyone would say that it's a junk slab era. Because my thinking is this: if I have a card and I have it graded, then there's multiple reasons for that. Number one is, yes, I may be looking to increase its value. Number two is, maybe I want it protected better for my personal collection. And number three is, if I am buying or trading for a card that has been graded, then the grade gives me a definite perspective of the condition of that card versus a raw card where everybody's going to have a little bit of a different judgment. So the reason I don't understand the junk slab comment is because the cards are already printed. We don't control that. The companies, Topps and Upper Deck and Panini, and the old companies like Skybox and Fleer and Donruss and Playoff, those companies determine how many cards are printed or are being printed currently. So whether they are graded, slabbed, if you will, or not, they still exist. That doesn't change the amount that was printed. It just changed the value and the protection to that specific card. And when I say change the value, yeah, there is a premium to graded cards, but the premium really isn't because it's graded, it's based on the grade itself. So that's why I don't understand the junk slab era. So if I was looking for cards, generally I do look for graded cards because I know what I'm buying. Yes, we've all bought raw cards. We've all probably sold raw cards. We've probably traded raw cards and traded for raw cards. But there is a little bit of difference. If I trade you a card that has a dinged corner, then, or if I sell you a card that has a dinged corner or a scratch on it, then obviously we all know that that's not a Gem Mint 10. So you're not paying Gem Mint 10 prices for it. But if that card was graded, is it a near mint 8? Or is it a near mint 7? Or is it some variance of that? Is it a 7.5? Is it an 8.5? So it kind of reduces the argument over the grade. Now, with that being said, we also all know that sometimes you see graded cards that you do not feel that the grade is appropriate. Maybe it was undergraded, maybe it was overgraded. Although a lot of people prefer to think that their cards are undergraded and not overgraded. You hardly ever hear somebody say, "Oh, darn, I got a Gem Mint. I don't think it was that." But you see a lot of people get a 9. Well, why didn't that make a 10? So, but still, back to my point is, I do not understand how grading cards that have already been printed really makes that a bad thing or a problem. Like, honestly, if every card that we traded or sold or bought, if every card was graded, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I mean, I don't know about those of you watching this video, but I just don't understand the downside to that. Other than they're going to cost you a little more, but at least you know what you're getting. I mean, do you want a Gem Mint Zion rookie, for instance, like this, that went for $205, or do you want to buy that card in a near mint 7 for $60? I mean, and I'm just throwing out numbers here. I don't know what the going rate is for it, but I hope you understand my point. Like, and here's another example. Here's a Luka Doncic, and it's a Chronicle, so it's not a big brand, but it is Elite, which is one of the better looking Chronicles brands, and it went for $73 in a mint 9. So this guy knows he got a mint card. Whoever bought this card knows that they won a mint card, and that way he knows what he has. He knows an approximate value of that card based on the condition that was given in the grade. Plus, the card is in a slab, so that condition should not change, assuming the slab never gets broken. So, I don't know. I don't see the downside of having cards slabbed. Even if it's in a cheaper slab. Like, here's a Kobe Bryant, and it didn't get a bid, which I totally agree with, because that is a crazy asking price, in my opinion, for that slab and that card. But at least the card is protected. And BCCG is a funny grade anyway. Yes, it's Beckett, but it's their cheaper brand. And it doesn't mean that it's a Gem Mint just because it has 10. And I disagree with his listing. Like I said a while ago, people use PSA, but that's not like PSA at all. But 10 in BCCG just means mint or better, which technically means it's a 9 or better by other graders' standards. So here's a PSA 9 Shaquille O'Neal Topps rookie. I think that's not a bad price for a 9 in that card, by the way. But anyway, you see what I'm saying here. There is really no serious downside to grading cards, and I don't understand why you would say that's a junk slab era. Okay, so every card's slabbed. We all know that paying to grade cards is not cheap, so you kind of have to factor that into the price a little bit in some instances and some not. And then on top of that, you have to take in consideration the grade. But like I said, that takes the guesswork out of it. Here's another example. Here's a LeBron Topps rookie. So it sold in a PSA 9 for $1,425. Okay, that's fine. You know it's a mint card. So if you bought that card raw, yeah, you may only pay $750, $800 for it, let's say. But maybe it's got scratches all over it. Maybe it's got a soft corner you can't tell by the pictures. Maybe it has edge issues that you can't tell by pictures. Or maybe it has a printer defect somewhere on the card, on the front or even the back, that you can't see in the pictures. Well, you paid $750 for it, but it's a near mint 7. Okay, well, a near mint 7 probably is only about $700 anyway. I mean, I'm guessing. Like I said, once again, I don't know the exact prices of everything, but this way you paid $1,400 for it. Now, number one, it is in a case, and number two, it is a mint 9, so they paid something to have that card graded. Now, granted, prices have went up. I doubt they had that graded in the last month, but maybe they did. I don't know. You probably look at the serial number and get a rough idea. But at least you know you're getting a mint card. So, once again, I do not see the downside of grading. I don't see how having a lot of cards in slabs is a bad thing. Because, A, the card's protected. B, you know the condition of that card when you're buying it. And you know the condition of the card when you're selling it, so you can flip that around. If I'm selling you a card and it's raw, then I'm telling you what condition I think it is, and when you receive it, you may disagree with that. Maybe I list it as mint, and you get it and you think it's near mint. Well, there's a price difference in that, but it's your opinion versus mine. Whereas if it's in a slab, then we don't have an opinion on the grade. It's already been designated a grade, and with that grade goes along some kind of value. So, anyway, that's enough of my rant today, if you want to call it that. I just have heard this term recently and seen it on YouTube a few times and just don't really understand it. So, if someone has a good explanation or opinion or thought process on it, I would love to hear it in the comments down below. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the flip side.